Due to the graphic nature of this programming, listener discretion is advised.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea.
On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, I, Mike Penny, sit down with Sebastian Juslin in the Cigars and Sea Stories studio to interview via Skype Dan Spangler and Joe Trainer Jr., along with their dogs Spanky and CT, as they're on their epic adventure to support Operation Keep Your Spanky. Correct, gentlemen? Can you hear me all right?
We got you.
Awesome, fantastic. So how's it going out on the road so far?
Doing awesome, man. We're traveling far and fast, so that's good.
Yes, fantastic. All right, so again, just kind of refreshing our listeners on this, a little bit of background as far as Operation Keep Your Spanky. What's this all about, gents?
This is a personal story that is coming out to provide a program that's going to help veterans and military families by providing food and low-cost veterinary care to veterans and military families that are struggling financially. And it comes from a personal experience of when I got back from Iraq in 2003 with the Marine Corps. I was injured, and when I got back, I was dealing with some medical issues, and I adopted a dog from the shelter named Spanky. And I realize now, 11 years later, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here speaking with you today. And so, paying tribute back to Spanky and all the other dogs that have saved people's lives, we're starting this program to help veterans and military families.
Wow, that is a worthy cause. Very
Definitely.
much so.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So you guys are traveling during this adventure. You're going from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina to Camp Pendleton, California, and back. Tell us a little bit about your trip now. Now, you left out of Camp Lejeune, keep in mind, with $50 in your pockets, right?
Absolutely.
That's how you started this adventure. So take us through some of these evolutions, if you don't mind.
Well, from the time we left, everything's been a frago as far as not going to what we tried to have planned. And that's really been one of the underlying meanings as far as the American public has really stepped up, from the veteran community to just everybody we've come across, from opening the doors of their homes to running us vehicles to be able to get to as many cities as fast as possible to simply raise as much awareness as possible for our dogs and for our veterans.
Wow, very cool. Very cool. Right on. All right, so what are some of the stops that you've gone on as far as when you were making your way west?
Well, I think coming out of Camp Lejeune, one of the biggest stops was, obviously for the Marine side, was to go to Parris Island, South Carolina for the first time since I graduated boot camp.
Nice. What was that like?
Oh, that was amazing. We actually went down there. It was a perfect evening. On our way down there, we actually had a car breakdown on us. So that was our first major catastrophe of the situation of this whole adventure, where we had to turn around and try to find a way down there. The car broke down about an hour and a half outside of Parris Island.
Oh, no.
And so we ended up with Joe on the side of the road, taking his shirt off and standing out on the road trying to hitchhike with his dog. And
That was really the domino effect as far as the American public stepping up, because no more than about 5 minutes after standing on the side of the road with my shirt off with CT, did we receive a Facebook message that said, "You're not hitchhiking. Here's money for a rental car." And needless to say, that started the chain of events as far as the American public really stepping up and noticing what we were doing, first and foremost. But secondly, seeing the realization that, once again, there is help out there. There are people that are willing to help you to get to point A to point B. But, it was just one of the big catalysts that helped us get to where we're at today as far as not only time, but being able to raise as much awareness in these cities as possible through the media, through the people, and just simply through the communities in general, whether you be civilian or whether it be the veteran community.
Very cool. Well, that is awesome.
And, as far as the Army side is concerned, being able to, add on Columbus, Georgia, as far as where I was stationed down there at 3rd Ranger Battalion in the 75th Ranger Regiment, being able to take Dan on the Marine Corps side, along with our pups that saved our lives, down there, was absolutely epic in every way, so.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so you went to Parris Island. You wound up doing Georgia. Where'd you wind up going after that?
We went up to Memphis, Tennessee, and after that we went down to Shreveport, Louisiana.
Shreveport to Memphis.
No, Memphis to Shreveport.
Then Shreveport
to
to Dallas. Then Dallas to Midland to
El Paso.
Yeah, El Paso, where we linked up with some more fellow Ranger buddies and guys from the Article 15.
Yeah.
Clothing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw
And,
your video on Facebook. That was awesome, and on YouTube.
Yeah,
What was that like?
Oh, it was absolutely great to see once again the support. But once again, we were in the city already and got a Facebook message through good old social media and was able to link up with those guys. And needless to say, they helped us out in a lot of ways and continued on from El Paso to
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson.
And then we went up to Phoenix, Arizona, and we had a wonderful husband and wife hook us up with a place to stay at their house. They actually rented us a car, let us stay at their house 2 nights. They cooked us dinner, and these were people that we didn't even know. They had heard of us through a mutual friend in North Carolina, and they just turned around and opened up their doors to us and took care of us the best they could. And that was probably one of the best experiences we've had, on this whole trip, was to have that kind of, just door wide open. We'll do anything to help you guys out to make this, mission a success.
Wow.
And at that point, we had been on about 12 affiliate networks through ABC, NBC, and Fox. But Phoenix Live in the morning was our first major national televised event there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a huge catalyst in not only, the program, but obviously, the more money we raise for this organization, the more lives we can save, plain and simple. And so, with all the bad that was going on at the time, which we were unaware of as far as the Baltimore epidemic there,
Right.
it was really killing us in the media ratings as far as people just being aware of what we were doing and bringing some good to everybody rather than focusing in on the negative that was going on in our country.
Right. Yep.
So, but
Well-
that helped spawn the domino effect from then on from Phoenix to Lake Havasu.
Yep. Lake
And-
Havasu.
And
Nice.
then,
Did you go
yeah.
across the London Bridge?
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
we went across that, but the other big one was we went, that was our first chance to actually have some time to relax a little bit, because we've been on the go, from 5, 6 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night each day, traveling and trying to get places. And so that was the first day we actually had to relax a little bit. We actually went and did some cliff diving.
Oh, so where'd you go? Just up from like main Havasu area, like in that region?
Yep, yeah, we stayed right there in Lake Havasu. We talked to Joe talked to some locals and found a place just up the road, about a couple miles up the road. So we went up there and we jumped probably about 60, 70 feet, maybe a little bit more.
Lost some mementos, a Ranger coin, and a pair of sunglasses from Iraq. But needless to say, we gave our contributions to Lake Havasu. But on a personal note, it happened to be my 34th birthday on May 7th.
Hey, congratulations!
Oh, happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Thank you. But being able to have a private charter jet show up at Lake Havasu Airport, sponsored by Caribbean Coffee out of
Santa Barbara, California.
and fly us to San Diego, California was epic within nature. I mean, that was just
Wow.
great. And instead of walking across the desert, flying above it and being able to see all the great scenery and fly in and land into San Diego and have the red carpet rolled out for us and the media waiting there for what we thought was us, but was really for the dogs, which is
Yeah,
which
of course
really
it would be.
helped out. Yeah. So, and then from there we ended up going to from San Diego. We headed to Oceanside, which the next morning we linked up with a couple of Dan's buddies on the Marine Corps side and touched the gates of Camp Pendleton, which was our halfway marker.
Right. Yes.
And so once again, that was huge within its own, but we had made so much time as far as, once again, the American public and the veteran community stepping up to help us to get to these cities as fast as possible. We ended up doubling up our time, which doubled up our awareness raising and being able to meet and greet more people, and really started to have a profound impact as far as the veterans that we were meeting along the lines, as far as saying, hey, what are you doing? And, why don't you come join us? And just to see the reactions on their faces as far as the ability just to get out there and do it. Not a lot of people have the opportunity to get out, but a lot of veterans out there, get wrapped up in isolation and certain transitional, conditions or coping mechanisms, as we say, that are bad, and to be able to really inspire them to get up and get out and get moving again is really, really a powerful impact that we've had so far.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So once we hit that milestone marker halfway, then we went to the Culver City Classic Car Show, where we were able to get up on stage and meet some of the good Hollywood legends there, and get up and talk in front of everybody and let them know about the program. And it was once again a huge donation point to where we were able to have it catalyst into more car rentals, hotels. We actually stayed at the Sportsman's Lodge there in Culver City, which a veteran friend, Larry Broughton, had donated to us there. So that was great. And then spent the evening out in LA raising awareness there on the LA Strip, and met some good people, Josh Kelly, another Ranger buddy of ours, and just simply had a great time.
That is awesome. That sounds like a wonderful experience. And it sounds like you're bringing a lot of positive awareness, to the mission overall and to us as a veteran community. So thank you. It sounds like you guys are just, hitting all sorts of different wickets. So let's see here. You left LA. Where else did you guys wind up going now? Because you're near Oklahoma City now, aren't you?
We were actually in Oklahoma City this morning. We did some interviews there at the memorial site there, right there in the center of Oklahoma City, which is amazing if you haven't been out there to see it. It's an amazing memorial. And while we were there, we actually ran into a whole bunch of school kids that were on a bus trip from Kansas City. And so we got to spread our message and talk about everything we were doing to probably about 50 or 60 school kids that were all there visiting the memorial at the same time. So we got to tell them about what we're doing and why we're doing it, and they got to pet Spanky and CT, and it was a great time. So we had a wonderful meet and greet there.
Nice. Very cool.
And now we're on the road. We're heading to St. Louis, Missouri tonight. So we can be there first thing in the morning. We're trying, we've got some media things for first thing in the morning tomorrow in St. Louis. Spread the word about some other things, and then hopefully go down and see the arch and get the dogs in front of it and things like that.
Yes, fantastic.
Awesome.
And
then in between there, we also hit Vegas, which, having gone to Vegas for the very first time in my life, I strayed away from there for 34 years for a reason.
right.
But being able to get hooked up at the Bellagio, we stayed at the Vidara for free, which was donated through the Bellagio to us, was completely amazing. First time in Vegas and doing what we're doing, and then being able to be in the casino, not for gambling purposes, but be right in the middle with our dogs and have the focal point on us.
Right.
It was another great thing, as far as getting our word out there and getting our message out there.
That is fantastic. Good for you guys. That is awesome.
So each day within its own, there's so many underlining meanings to what we're doing, that each day is its own day, to trying to find how we're going to get to the next city, to simply, seeing the reaction from the American public, to now we're finally starting getting feedback from other veterans that are out there that are wanting this program to succeed, in the facts of, them having to face their own, problems as far as, am I going to feed my family or am I going to feed my dog?
Right.
So we actually have people posting testimonials on our Facebook and Twitter pages as far as, hey, can't wait for the success of the program and can't wait for it to start. So that's why we keep harping on the more money that we raise, the more lives we can save.
Absolutely. You heard them, folks. We're going to raise more donations on this. We'll have the website posted. We'll have your link. We already do as far as on a few of our other affiliate sites and whatnot. So we'll be sure to spread the word through our social media platforms and the like and keep that synergy going.
Good.
So you guys wound up doing the Vegas thing, which sounds amazing. Did you scoot from Vegas straight over to OKC? How'd that work out?
We actually stopped in Albuquerque, New Mexico for some more media, and literally with the 500-mile distance in between, and literally having to hop out, fulfill our media obligations, and hop back in the car and head to
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. It's once again where so many things are happening each day, but most importantly, we're able to hit the major outlets that are able to raise that awareness on the highest level and then get to the next city as fast as possible.
Right. Right. Very cool. Okay, so you guys are doing St. Louis. What are some of the other destinations that you've got on the map now? Because we've strayed away from the original pathway, obviously.
Oh
right?
yeah, oh yeah. So from St. Louis, we head to Chicago, which is where I'm from, for Friday and Saturday, which we have two big events there in the Gold Coast. So if you're listening, come on out and help us raise some awareness. But come join the events and festivities that are lined up. And then from there, we're pretty much at the helms of the media. We're trying to capture anybody that we can, as far as obviously to raise as much awareness as possible, from Jimmy Fallon to Good Morning America to Ellen to all the above.
Nice.
So we head up to right now. Our tentative plan is from Chicago's to Cleveland to Pittsburgh to New York City to Washington D.C., and then from D.C. down to
Camp
Lejeune by the 25th of May.
Wow, that sounds like a seriously cool road trip.
So our Dan's original mission of 6,000 miles in 30 days has turned into well over 7,000 plus. But needless to say, it's been epic in its own way.
Yes,
every day.
So how are you guys pulling it off? Are you going Walmart to Walmart on the skivvies, or are you washing them intermittently, or how's that working out?
Well, it's actually working out well that every couple of days we end up getting a place that has a wash and dry that we can use. It's been about 4 days since we've done laundry, so our 3 sets of clothes are completely nasty, and it's time to do some laundry. So tomorrow when we get to St. Louis, we've got a place to wash our clothes. So we've luckily enough had places every about 3 to 4 days that we can wash clothes and things like that. So we stayed somewhat clean.
Right.
Right on.
But the big thing is again the support of getting across the country. We've had Enterprise rental car step up and hooked us up with pretty much a mobile home. We've got a 2015 Chrysler Town and Country minivan that they gave us an extremely good deal on to help us out so we can get across country in style. So the dogs are chilling out in the back. They've got enough room to stretch out and lay flat and not even touch each other. And, they gave it to us at a deal that would be the same price as like an economy car.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it's a huge deal from them. And, now all we have to worry about is getting gas money to get across the country. So that's a big weight lifted off our shoulders to make sure we have transportation. And worst case scenario, we've always got somewhere to stay because we can chill out here in the mobile home. So. Right.
That's bitching, man. That sounds like you guys have a seriously kick-ass setup. Seriously. This, a lot of people don't necessarily, they don't know it at this moment in time, but we worked together as far as trying to figure out what the route was going to be, and originally that was a huge pill to swallow walking out of here. I wonder if 6,000 miles on that busted ass hip of yours is actually going to work out. I think you guys are kicking ass and taking names on this little road trip, huh? That's awesome, bro.
Most definitely.
That is fantastic. Seriously, I'm stoked for you guys. Juslin, you got anything else? Can we talk to Spanky and CT? I mean, that's who we actually wanted to talk to you. Not a bunch.
Well,
are they milling around in the back
there?
Yeah, that's Spanky in the background shaking his collar. So
nice.
Spanky, what's up, buddy? How you doing over there?
With your
they're propped up in the back with their feet up, relaxing because heaven forbid they actually have to do any work.
Right, exactly. So basically, it's just how can I freaking schlep my dogs around America?
Well, they're going to get accustomed to this. They're going to expect that once a year you take them around to get pet by everybody.
There you go.
Yeah, we're just hoping at the end of this, our agents don't come knocking on our door and send us an invoice.
There you go. The dogs get 10%.
Yeah, needless to say, Petco stepped up to the plate and donated a $250 shopping spree while we were in San Diego, as well as a $100 grooming session for them too, as well. Wow. So, and then in OKC this morning, we actually had our first grooming session where somebody had reached out to us once again, somebody that we didn't know, and they saw what we were doing and that we were heading into the Oklahoma City, and needless to say, she owned a barbershop. So we stopped there and they groomed Dan and I for the first time. And got us squared away here. So Dan
needed it on that beard.
Yeah. So when we found out that really, we were trying extremely hard at the beginning to, once again, it's impossible to walk 6,000 miles in 30 days, especially with the medical conditions that Dan and I have, let alone with your dogs. I mean, let's be real. But at the same time, when we really focused on the point of really just sitting back and asking for help for none other than what our cause is, the reception has been overwhelming. So,
right.
It's one thing to where we're saying that if there's something out there that you need, all you have to do is ask. All you have to do is reach out to your fellow brothers and say, hey, we need a lift from here to there. Can you help us out? Or simply put it out there. There's a program out there that exists if you need help, or there's somebody out there that'll help you. As we like to say, everywhere that we're going is a rally point for life. So.
Wow. That's awesome. Very powerful message. You guys are doing greatness out there. I just want you to know that. Seriously. This is a fantastic mission. You guys should be seriously proud of what you're doing out here. With your pups, helping the vets, everybody as a whole. I mean, we're going to spread the message as best we can, and we're going to keep this going. As you guys know, we're a podcast, so a lot of you folks might be listening to this in the later days after they have returned their trip. We're going to keep it up on the website, so that way you can continue to make donations. Go ahead, give a shout out for the website. What are the two sites again there, gentlemen?
The easiest way is to check out the full website for the program, which is keepyourspanky.com. On there, we'll have links to the PayPal account where you can just make a bulk donation straight through PayPal. Or if you want to sponsor us per mile, if this is still available, you can sponsor us per mile by donating at athlete.com/spanky. But we have links right there on the website for everything. You just go right on there and click on them, and it'll take care of you getting into the right spot.
Wonderful. And we're going to keep that up on the website. Keep rotating as far as an affiliate link is concerned, so that way we can share your story and everything that you guys have done. We want to keep this awareness growing and spreading, even after you have returned to friendly lines, because it's a great message. It's something that needs to be done. Yes, absolutely. We're right there with you, brother.
And thank you for what you guys are doing out there, man.
Thanks. And the PayPal link will stay open. The athlete.com will close on the 25th because it has to close out at the end of our mission. But the PayPal will be open continuously, so they can always donate to that one.
Wonderful. And folks, you can keep up with them on Twitter at Keep Your Spanky. Again, that's on Twitter at Keep Your Spanky. And you guys also have on your Facebook page, Operation Keep Your Spanky. So you guys can check that out. We have links on our Facebook page as well. So, hey.
And, even though we hit the camp gates of Lejeune on the 25th to end just this mission, but the mission will never end as far as the 22 veterans that commit suicide each day and the thousands of dogs that are euthanized each day. But what we're doing on a daily basis is try to decrease those numbers each and every day. So the best is yet to come. So stay tuned.
Wonderful.
Right on, man. Thank you.
Yes, very cool.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, take care. You guys be well and be safe. Thank you for joining us here on Cigars and Sea Stories. Subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. Go ahead, join us on social media. Your comments make the show. It's how we progress things along here on Cigars and Sea Stories. If you want to hear more of this value-added content, click that subscribe button. Become a listening member. Juslin, you got anything for the listening audience?
Have a good night. Does that cover it?
Yeah, I guess that covers it.
I'm good.
All right, gents, we're out. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.